Hello, today I want to go over the short story, A Worn Path by Eudora Welty. At first it seems like a simple and easy to understand story that really actually just unfolds as you think about it. I mean, the layers just kind of unravel as you really keep reading, and you really just get immersed into the themes of the story that follow. It follows an elderly woman walking through the woods, taking a long and difficult journey into town. And what really grasps you is the descriptive imagery and the descriptive language that Welty uses in her writing to really immerse you into the setting and really bring the themes of the story to life. One of the things that makes the story so powerful is the way that Welty describes the setting. She doesn't just say Phoenix is walking through the woods. She really makes you feel everything that Phoenix also feels. She lets you hear the leaves rumbling. She lets you feel the cold air just by using words. There's a part where Phoenix crosses over a log in the creek, and Welty describes it so clearly that you feel the tension, like you're right there with her and holding your breath with her. And you're hoping she doesn't fall too. Another moment that stood out to me was when Phoenix sees a scarecrow and thinks it's a ghost. It's kind of funny, but it's also a little bit saddening, only just because you can really see how her age and imagination have affected her and how she sees the world. It also adds a surreal feeling to the journey, like the path is full of both real and kind of just fake and imagined objects and obstacles, just kind of made up because of her age and her imagination and how that's affected her. Even the title itself, A Worn Path, is symbolic. It's not just a trail in the woods. It's a metaphor for how many times Phoenix has taken that trail out of love for her son. It represents her routine, her persistence. Phoenix Jackson is a strong and memorable character. Welty describes her as small, wrinkled, and dressed in old clothes. She uses a cane that is made from an old umbrella, and she really just talks to herself, talks to animals, and talks to nature. She's kind of just seen as like a fragile and a little eccentric, almost weird elderly woman. But as the story goes on, you realize how determined she really is. She climbs hills, she crosses streams, and deals with people who don't treat her kindly at all simply because of the color of her skin. There's a scene where a white hunter helps her out of a ditch, but then talks down to her and even points a gun to her as a joke. That moment is quite uncomfortable, and it really just shows the racial inequality Phoenix faces. But she doesn't react with anger. She stays calm, and she keeps going out of love and desperation for her son. When she finally gets to town, we learn the reason for her journey. She's getting medicine for her grandson who had swallowed lye years ago. That moment really kind of hits hard. All the effort and all the pain she goes through is just out of love for her son, her grandson. She's not doing it for any recognition or any praise. She's doing it because she cares. That's one of the biggest themes in the story. Love. Especially the kind that's quiet and selfless and just comes with time. Also resilience and how she kept going even when life for her was tough. Even when things were just so unfair simply because of her race. Racial inequality is also a very important theme, and it's shown through the way that Phoenix was treated by others. Reading this story made me think about the people in our lives who make sacrifices we don't always see. Phoenix reminds me of grandparents and caregivers that simply just do what they do best by caring for people simply because they want to. I mean, people who keep going just because somebody depends on them. Her journey is symbolic of so many real-life struggles. It's about persistence and doing what needs to be done, even when the world doesn't make it easy, even when the world is not on her side. Welty's writing made me feel like I was walking beside Phoenix and feeling her exhaustion and her confusion, and even her small victories. By the end, I wasn't just admiring her, I was moved by the story, and I was truly immersed into the worn path itself with her. You could really feel the struggles, you could really feel just the obstacles itself, but at the end of the story, you could kind of just feel the weight that there was for all the responsibility she had. It made me think about how many worn paths people walk every day without recognition. So, a worn path isn't just a story about walking through the woods. It's about love, strength, and the quiet power of someone who refuses to give up simply because they want to care for somebody else. Welty's descriptive writing brings Phoenix's journey to life in a way that's emotional and unforgettable.